No, not 30 seconds earlier. I'm here, but I am actually posting on social media. So I am like actually, doing the things I'm supposed to be doing today. I'm sorry you have to see all this right now. This is all part of my desk. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. We made it to Friday. This is the two friends, the new Big Booty mix that came out today. I haven't listened to it yet, so that's why I started playing it. So she's a pro streamer. Yeah, I haven't finished. It's still in the drafts. Hang on. There we go. Did it. Alrighty. Now we actually did it. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. I actually bring the chair back. Bring my chair back. I'm not ready to stand up all the way. I'm not ready to stand up all the way, y'all. Hello. Again, I hope everyone has had a wonderful day so far today. I am... Oh, that turned it down way too low for y'all's. There we go. Hopefully y'all can still hear it a little bit. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good Friday. I had work this morning. And then my day finished up pretty early. And I was able to I was able to meet my parents and my brother for lunch today. Apparently my brother had the day off of work. Don't know where he got the day off of work from. But lucky him. And then my parents had one of the walkthroughs for their house that they just recently purchased. And so I was able to meet them for lunch today because I finished up my patients early. Really early, by noon. So it was pretty chill today. And that's simply because my Tuesday, Friday building is low right now, but my Monday, Wednesday, Thursday building is hella busy. So that's just kind of where we're at. So that's why I was busy the last 2 days, and then today I'm not busy. It's because I go to different buildings. That's how I explain it. So there you are. I'm excited to do Just Dance 2026 today. We got some really good songs. We got Abracadabra, we got All Star, we got Apate. We got the Bluey medley. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Good Luck Babe. Houdini. We got Killer Lemonade. Yeah, I'm double fisting the caffeine today. As well. What else? Hung Up. Classic. Moonlight. Pop music. What song do we end with? Oh, we end with Zombie Boy too. So, some chef's kiss songs tonight out here. Again, as a reminder, this entire week we are speedrunning Just Dance for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's it. I don't know what else to say. My brain just went completely empty while also listening to the music in the background. Let me turn that down in my own ears here, to say that at least. So if you would like to find out more information about St. Jude, there it is. And yeah, as a reminder, as a part of St. Jude, their focus is on finding cures and saving children. So obviously, we would love more cures for cancer, which is a disgusting disease. No other words other than that. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Thankfully, for any child that receives treatment at St. Jude, they are never met with a bill. So, like, their families are not met with a bill. St. Jude covers the treatment, the travel, the housing, the food, all of the above, so that all the families can help their children focus on surviving out here. Yeah, that's where we're at. So again, if you would like to donate, the links are in chat. They are pinned at the top of chat. And yeah, I've mentioned it kind of every stream as well. And this is my one moment of sentimentalness before we dance our butts off for the next 2.5 hours. I am fundraising this week and last year and now every year in honor of a really good friend of mine that I had growing up, a very close friend of mine who passed away from DIPG, which is a rare form of brain cancer. When she was in 7th or 8th grade. I was in 6th or 7th. Because I was like a year younger than her. So, but yeah. And as well as my aunt, who is currently fighting stage 4 glioblastoma cancer, brain cancer. So, that is my why for this entire week. I don't know, I have a hard time talking about things that are very emotional to me like that. But please know that I am so incredibly grateful for everyone that has taken the time to, one, either tune into the streams this entire week and spread awareness, or two, have been able to contribute to the amount of donations that we've received this week. Y'all have already blown my initial donation goal out of the water. And I still have no words. And we still have tonight and we still have tomorrow. So, all day tomorrow. We're starting early tomorrow, literally at 10 a.m. So, be prepared. Get ready to wake up early. We're dancing all day. I looked up the official rules for the category as well. Every 2 hours, we can take a break for 15 minutes. And so, like, right on the money at 2 hours, we got to take a break for 15 minutes. And I think that'll be the key for us tomorrow. So, we will be stopping tomorrow when the timer itself says 8 hours. So there'll be longer times in the a longer time in the actual stream because we are taking those 15-minute breaks appropriately so I can, one, get more water, and two, and everything else. So we will be doing that tomorrow. I got an because I got a text message from my mom. But no, it was a good text message, so we're fine. But yeah. So that is the plan for today, tomorrow. So appreciate it. Alrighty, y'all. It's feeling like it's about to be time to stand up and get moving here. Get the joints going. I gotta stretch my calves out a little bit in the back. But otherwise, everything else is good. I did already stretch out my arms already before starting stream. I just have to kind of stretch out my legs a little bit more. But otherwise, we're just about ready to go. Anyone have any fun Memorial Day plans this weekend? Anyone doing anything exciting? Anything fun going on? Any barbecues anybody is going to on Monday? Let me know. I'm a little jealous. As I mentioned the other day, I am working on Monday. And I'm working on Monday because it's an easy holiday for me to work. Patients question usually why I'm there. And are really wanting to sometimes not even work because it's a holiday in their mind. And also treatment sessions tend to go by a lot faster because nobody's in the building to bother me. So there we go. Alrighty, getting my spine loosened a little bit there. You crank this social pie. Alrighty. Here we go. Let me stop the big booty mix. And we go from there. Alrighty. Let me move my foot pedals. And we'll get the Just Dance rolling. Here we are. We're good to go. It's party time. Starting the day off with Abracadabra is a time. But as stated, the 2026 songs, quite a few of them are pretty good. Pretty good. Tomorrow, apartment viewing and seeing my friend DJ. Heck yeah! Fam barbecue on Monday. You'll love to see it. Oh, for whatever reason, my Switch controller disconnected there for a moment. It's fine. No big deal. There we go. And I do have this one already set up already. I do know that. Okay. Alrighty. Clicking in. We're ready to go. Gonna take a I made a poor decision today. Today my water at work was in this water bottle, and I just dropped. Oh, got a drop on my ankle and my sock, and that really bothers me. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure foot pedals work. They worked too good. Foot pedals worked a little too good. There we go. But now I'm kind of regretting it being like this. But it's fine. Alrighty. Here we go. Strap in, lock in also. That muscle looks fucking sick. We're not gonna, nope. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Angels drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil comes around. Hold me in. I was wondering why the music was so quiet, and then I remembered that I turned it down for Spotify earlier. I wanna say, giant lady in red. Mikey, thank you for the resub. It's hard tonight. Say in red. Abracadabra, ara, una, ana, una, Oops, wrong side. Walked in a circle too fast. Nice. First song done. Huge. Okay. I picked the girl all the way over on the left just for efficiency purposes. But we'll see how this goes. Because I usually pick the little professor guy.
Smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
All that glitters is gold.
Only shooting
Star. Cool place. Think it's called Wonder Up. Now wait till you get older. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture. Fire, how about yours? I like it and I never get bored. Why can't I get this? Let's go! Stop! break the moan.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
All that glitters is gold.
Only shooting stars. Somebody won't ask, could I
I spare some change for gas. I need to get myself from this place.
said yes?
What a concept. I could use a little feel myself, and we could all use a. You start coming and they don't start coming. Back to the roof and you hit the ground running. So much to do, so much to see. So
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
all that glitters is gold.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
All that glitters is gold.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Whoa. Nice. Huge. Alrighty. Again, starting off hot. You all know I don't really like this song. Because I prefer the original. And is that very 2016 to me? Absolutely. Anxiety, trying me, it's me. Anxiety, me, it's watching me. Anxiety.
Solo, no mojo, I bounce back, no pogo, unhappy, no homo, new brands, no logos, money on my juggler, natural hustler, think I need a smuggler up in Russia, you could be my butler, shine my cutler, shout out to Oyenda, that's the guzzler, okay, next thing, my life is a dream, I call it a scene, the back is a nice tease, I tried to escape, my life is an x-ray, I'm sorry it's tape, you only get one take, quiet on the set please, rolling anxiety, in
3, 2, 1.
Anxiety, keep on
Trying me,
feel it
quietly.
trying to silence me.
Yeah. Anxiety,
Shake it off of
me. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Corridor from Florida. What's in that clear blue water? No limits, no borders. What's in that new world order? Marco, Polo, run from Popo. That blue light in that Rojo. And it's like I get this tightness in my chest, like an elephant is standing on me, and I just let it take over. Anxiety keeps on trying me. Thank you for the donation. Hello. I see it. Thank you. Thank you, Loco Turbo. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. So incredibly kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Ooh. Thank you. Game. Get on. I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hot, right to your on, and I can feel. Don't you want me like you want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Say tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the But it's whatever you like. So Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Say tomorrow, 'cause tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the So you know the game. Are you ready? Getcha! Oh, God, I'm on my way. Yeah. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah. I'm on my way. I want you, baby. Don't you? I go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the I'm really good at doing this part. Out of all the dances and everything, right? I can do that part. There you go. Alrighty, how about a little Ed Sheeran for our Friday here? Azizam. Water. Azizam, I wanna be nowhere to hear but you tonight. I wanna be to your face.
We can do it our way. love's just a game, then come and play.
Azizam. Underwater. Tonight. Tonight. Azizam. 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 I wanna be lost in your motion tonight. I wanna be there. Little names like that.
I don't care what they say, we can do it our way. And if love's just a game, then come and play.
Azizam. I like the water. Right. Azizam. I like the water. Azizam. 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 Oh, that's just a fun dance. That one itself is just a fun dance. She back at it. You got it. Alrighty, unfortunately we are about to bring down the vibes are about to take a plummet and then they'll come right back up after the song.
Ain't talking tadpole, this boy is full grown. He's got his own log, cause he's a big bad frog. Let me tell you a story, about someone real bad. Lives in the boonies, down on his lily pad. He's looking so fly, tongue stretching to the sky. Got no remorse, why? Cause he's a big bad frog. Cause he's a
Big bad frog. Big bad.
Maya's riveting. Look at that pond he's living in. Just might hear him riveting. Now that's one bad amphibian. He getting muddy, greener than money. He ain't no Kermit, honey.
Cause he's a big bad He wasn't always this way. He used to have tiny legs. No, he wasn't so confident. You should see him now. He blew up like wow. Talking about metamorphosis. He is the big bad frog. No one's ever gonna tell him what to do. He is the big bad frog. No one's ever gonna tell him what to do. 'Cause he's a big bad
Big bad. Big bad.
Croaking every night, shaking them hips from left to right.
Dip and dive, we slip and slide. He's bona fide.
Croaking every night, shaking them hips from left to right.
Dip and dive, we slip and slide. He's bona fide.
Big bad frog. Big bad frog. Like it would keep you in shape? Yeah. It does. I can confirm that.
Ready, Bingo?
Alright. Alright, here we go. The vibes come right back up. Yeah. I was looking at my shoulders earlier. Just from doing a week of this every single day of like 2.5 hours. Can't say. Alrighty, vibes back up. Here we go. Crank it. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Get going, everybody.
This is gonna be fun.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Best song in the game right there. The best song in the game right there. Give it up for Bluey. Alrighty, here we go. Born to be alive. You know, there's always got to be a Halloween one in here. Families who need sweets. I didn't realize the song started.
We were born to be alive. We were born to be alive. Born to be
Be alive.
Yes, we were
Born. 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 Born to be alive.
People ask me why I never find a place to stop and settle
Down, down, down.
But I never wanted all the things people need to justify their lives. Yes, we were
Born. Born. Born to be alive.
Yes, we were
Born. 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 Born to be alive. Be alive. Be alive. To be alive. Be alive. Be alive. To be alive.
Time was on my side when I was running down the street and was the
Sci-fi.
A suitcase and an old guitar and something need to occupy my mind. Yes, we were
Born. Born. To be alive.
Yes,
We were born. 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 Born to be a born. Born. Born to be alive. We were born. 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 Born to be. We were born. 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 To be alive. My headphones were falling forward. Oh, be alive. I love that little sheep. Born to be alive. Born, born, life. We were born, 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 born to be alive. Yay! For it being a Halloween song, again, it's really fun. Alrighty. Now it's time for one that I don't know very well. This is Chichica.
Everything I do, I dance on them. No worry, man, I prance on them. Coming on hard, I chew on them. Never worry, I lose on them. Rise high, I fly high. No lie, I say bye bye. No sorry, I wear tie dye. If you see me, never shy. Corre conmigo y no una fogata. No existe oponente que me bata. Brillo en el camino, nada falta. El mundo es de oro y plata playa. Chichichica, 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 chichichica. Pa' llegar a la meta, no tengo complique. No me ponga regla que mi paso es chiqui. Estoy a otro level, nadie me compite. Abriendo mi puerta, es que soy el elite. Viste, nada me detiene. Mi voz tiene fuerza, moneda de suerte. Nada me lo quita, no way. Me rodeo de los puros ganadores. I signals unload. Troy a diamond, never cold. Wanna catch me, never hold. Never copy, never hold. I signals unload. Troy a diamond, never cold. Wanna catch me, never hold. Never copy, never hold. Chichichica, 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 chichichica. Can't hold it though any longer, coming true. Try to catch up, we won't lose. See ya later, see ya soon. Can't hold it though any longer, coming true. Try to catch up, we won't lose. See ya later, see ya soon.
Hi, Casu. Welcome on in. Thank you for the. I don't know who's. I can't see who did it. Thank you for the donation, Casu. Thank you as well for the donation. My goodness. Hello. Alright, I was not that good at that one. We don't need to lie. That was not a good one for me. But thank you so much for the donation towards St. Jude. That puts us at. I can't read the number. Hang on. 1765. There we go. For St. Jude. Thank you so much. I've been sleep about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. No more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. We'll be counting stars. Bum, 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 sight. I'm in my face, these signs for signs. You should find hope. I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that bold. I've been so rushed, doing the wrong thing. I've been so rushed, doing the right thing. Couldn't lie, couldn't lie, couldn't lie. Thing that kills me makes me fall. Baby, I've been thinking about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Baby, I've been thinking about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been real hard. See, no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah. Feel the love, I feel it every turn. Burn, oh, but I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that bold. I feel so wrong, but doing the right thing. Couldn't lie, couldn't lie, couldn't lie. Everything that kills me makes me wanna die. No more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Baby, I've been asleep, thinking about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Take that money and watch it burn. I learned. Take that money, watch it burn. Hanging in the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn. Everything that kills me. I've been asleep, and about the things that we could be. No more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Reading about the things that we could be. Then no more counting dollars, we'll be counting. Ooh. The lessons I learned. What was that part? It was it was going so fast I could barely keep up with it. My goodness. Alrighty. As a reminder, I said this yesterday. We are doing this song simply because it is a part of the speedrun. I'm not doing this because I'm selecting the song specifically. I do not like Melanie Martinez. I do not support Melanie Martinez. We're just gonna move past it.
You seem to replace your brain with your heart. You take things so hard and then you fall apart.
If you want to know what she did, Google her.
Before you can start, those
Or the allegations against her.
tears come out of the dark. Someone's turning the handle to the voice in your eyes. You pour it out where everyone can see. Your heart's too big for your body. It's why you won't fit inside. You pour it out where everyone can see. They call you cry baby, but you don't even care. Cry told yourself that it's not you, it's them. You're one of a kind and no one understands. But those crybaby tears keep coming back again. Someone's turning the handle to the faucet in your eyes. You pour it out where everyone can see. Your heart's too big for your body, that's why you won't fit inside. You pour it out where everyone can see. They call you cry baby, but you don't even care. Cry baby, so you laugh through your tears. Cry baby, 'cause you don't even care. Tears fall to the ground, we'll just let them drown. Cry baby, we'll just let them drown. Cry baby, we'll just let them drown. I look at you and I see myself, and I know you better than anyone else. And I have the same faucet in my eyes, so your tears are mine. They call me cry baby, but I don't even care. Cry baby, I won't laugh through my tears. Cry baby, 'cause I don't even care. Tears fall to the ground, I just let them drown. Cry baby, I just let them drown. Cry baby, we'll just let them drown. Cry baby, I just let them drown. Cry baby, we'll just let them
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, not a fun time. Alrighty, next song. Moving on. You got it. Here we go. It's time to move and groove, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, EG. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. In case anyone cannot see, there is a donation match in progress, meaning donations are doubled. Meaning that if you donate $5 right now, it's actually $10. Can you believe that? If you donate, this is where Lee does math again, everybody. If you donate $10, it's actually $20. It's actually $20. Or if you donate $25, it's actually $50. Alrighty. I can't. EG, how long did you set it for? 1 hour. Alrighty. Everybody, we got 1 hour. Which means it'll be up just slightly before the end of this speedrun. And don't go breaking my heart. I took you away off me. Don't go breaking my heart, and you should donate to St. Jude. When I was down, I was a clown. Ooh, ooh. Therefore, again, if you would like your money to go the extra mile, and your donation be doubled, donate right now. Don't go breaking your heart. Ooh, get my heart. My hip kind of hurt on that one. Don't nobody know this. Cause nobody showed us. I can make it. Life. The heart of my side. Ooh, ooh. Nobody knows it. When I was down, I was a clown. Ooh, ooh. Knows it. Wait on the star. I gave you my heart. Oh, I gave you my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking your heart. I was ready to get going already. Right from the start, I gave you a sound. From the start, I gave you my heart. Oh, gave you my heart. My heart. I won't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking my. Don't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking your heart. Alrighty. And again, sweet friends, If you need that donation link, it's right there. Ooh, that load time was a little slow on that one. That's okay. Alrighty. That's alright. Here we go. Happy Friday. I know I keep saying happy Friday, but it's true.
Yeah. When I dress, I don't think so much. I could be the gold, I don't need too much. I'm a cynical, I'ma eat that lunch. Baby, so cold, get the ice cream truck. Kitty, 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 놀아볼까? Kitty, kitty, yeah, we gotta run this town. Hitting me up, cause I got what they like. Baby, got no chance, but I hit that dance. Nah, 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 I'll be there.
I do not know this dance.
I'll be there, 망설이지마. But you don't know about me. Yeah, yeah, you gon' know about me. Boy, 아름다운 별들이 빛나는 밤이야. What you say? 끝없는 가지, you know it's on me. Got that, what you say? Are you ready? Set, turn on the lights. Baby got passion, ambition, 난 보란 듯이. Look at that 온몸으로 느끼는 내 몸짓. Baby got drip, 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 drip.
I can do that.
Baby got drip, 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 drip. Asa, 내려만 monster, monster, monster. Came to conquer, baby, holla, what's up? We're blessed, we're blessed, time. Paper shift the fuck up. Rise to the dream, the copy, no knock off. On my left, this bitch, I'm gon' walk off. Most this, quick job, hold tight. 끝까지 밟아, you know we gon' ride. Nah, 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 I'll be there. 고민하지마. Nah, 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 I'll be there. 망설이지마. But you don't know about me. Yeah, yeah, you gon' know about me. Boy, 아름다운 별들이 빛나는 밤이야. What you say? 끝없는 가지, you know it's on me. Got that, what you say? Are you ready? Set, turn on the lights. Baby got passion, ambition, 난 보란 듯이. Look at that 온몸으로 느끼는 내 몸짓. Baby got drip, drip,
I can do that part. There we go.
baby
I
got
got-
drip, 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 drip. 가끔 쓰러진데도 I'm shine as bright as diamonds. Say my name. 다시 일어나. Now watch me
Take
do
you
it
when
all
again.
Baby got drip. You know we got that drip. Got the drip, yeah.
Okay. We made it through that song. Yippee! Huge. Alrighty, sweet friends. Let's get it going. Alrighty. Just gonna copy and paste that message real fast. Alrighty, we got Feather up next. Okay, my knees.
Just like that, your dream
Come true, at least on your head for you.
Then you pull back when I try to make plans.
I answered 2 hours in advance. Oh. Slam the door. Hit ignore. Say no, 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 no. I come to bartender, says it's an car. Suddenly I cut you off. Feel so much lighter like a feather with you off my mind. Your memories like a river, you're a waste of time. Signals a miss, you act like a fit every stereotype, send a pic. So much lighter like a feather off my mind. With you out my like a feather, like a feather. So good when you are tonight. Feels so love you where you are. I found the door. I can't ignore. I saying no, 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 no. I got blocked, excited to never talk. I'm so sorry for your loss. There's so much lighter like a feather with you off my. It's like a river, you're a waste of time. Signals a miss, act like a bitch. Sit every time, send a pic. Feather with you off my life. With you out my life. Do-do, ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Me, I'm done. You miss me, no touch. I'm done. It's me. I'm at on me. That on me. I'm done. That. We were like this close away from 5 stars on that one. My goodness, we should have gotten it. It should have given it to us. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. I want to be this one. Girls just want to have donations for St. Jude. That's what this girl wants. As a reminder, we have that donation match in progress. So again, if you do donate, it's doubled. In the morning, night, my mother says, when you gonna live your life right? And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. Phone rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, "What you gonna do with your life?" Daddy, do you know you're still number one? But girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. So they really want some fun. Day is done. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. Yes, they wanna have fun. Girls wanna have. Boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. Be the one that walk in the sun. Girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Alrighty, it's the nightly Elgato Stream Deck decided that it wants to update. Wanna have, just wanna girls just wanna have fun. Just wanna fun. Girls just wanna have fun. The working day is done. Girls. Oh, that was rude. That was rude. It didn't give me the last note. Rude. My goodness. Alrighty. And next song. Alrighty. This is not a song I know very well, so we'll see how this goes. Hi, Hex. Welcome on in. Ooh.
I'm a good girl. When you stay ready, put your stamp on when the light is ready. Love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls. Face fresh, full coverage, it's a new factor. All of them know I be the best actor. See me Basquiat, so free. Ain't like for the new age selfie. No yard greener, no yard bigger. Full grind.
Yeah, as you can tell, I do not know this one as well.
Snakes in my yard, but they can't touch me. Trust me. Turn it up a level, hit them with the woo-ha. Heck shit, hit you with some brew-ha. Deep meditation lessons with the Buddha. Took deep breaths, cleared out my
I got that
trauma.
part.
Worked hard in the gym, I'm a boonda. I done see me walk away, no more drama. He love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls, he love them good girls, he love all them girls, he love them Trini girls, he love them London girls. My good girls, when you stay ready, put your stamp on when the light is ready, 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 when you stay ready, put your stamp on when the light is ready, 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 ready.
Hey, we didn't do too bad. I'll take it. We'll take it out here. Lil! Thank you so much. Thank you for the $50 donation. I truly appreciate it. And as I said earlier, donations are currently being matched for like the next 45 minutes or so, approximately. So, if you would like to donate and have your money go even further, 2 times the donos. So that $50, I think is now honoring. I can't tell. It's cool. Say that we are nothing, but you know the truth in this rhyme. A fool. Arms are like an angel to the car somewhere. I don't wanna call it love. Call it love. I call baby. Kiss 100% bars. Shut another shot, just so the feeling. That's just the way you are. Make another shot, some stupid reason. I do have to sing the lyrics to this one. Obviously. You can't not sing a Chaperone song. Cares. Sing on the run, such a kind of love affair. I try. It's not fair. I just need a little love and I just need a little air. Call it love. Call it love. So love someone who calls me baby. Can kiss 100% bars. Another shot just of the feeling. Can can't sing that high anymore. Stop, just to stop the feeling. I used to. About 10 years ago. Oh. When you wake up next to him in the middle of the night with your hands in his hand, nothing more than his wife. About me, all of these years ago, face to face with I told you so. You're standing late to say I told you so. You know I hate to say I told you so. Another shot, the fear, just let me off. Can knock you so stupid reason. Just stop the, just to stop the fear. Also, I should clarify as well too. If anyone has donated tonight and did not put their donation towards any incentive, please let me know. I can add it. Not a big deal. If you would like a random Pokemon drawn for you from memory at the end of the stream, just let me know for anyone that has donated at least $5. So, fun stuff. Alrighty. There we go. I did my math right. Look at that. 50 times 2, 100. There you go. Math. We got it. We are at $1,865 raised for St. Jude so far. Welcome to Houdini. Go. Houdini, I've told him to go. Come on closer, are you ready, my lips? I know a minute ago. Tell me all the ways, Houdini. I know here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. Knows. Yeah, or I go Houdini. Have to find a way. That was strange. Baby, want to save me, stay. Just everything that you preach. You'll make me believe. Not a girl, you give it to me. I know, man, I go. Tell me all you guys, you leave me. I know here for long. Teach me or I go Houdini. How do you right? You tease me everywhere I knows. Teach me or I go Houdini. You have to find a way. Maybe you could cause a girl to change her ways. Can't they? You can find the one to make me stay. Ooh. Go Houdini. I go Houdini. All right, Nia! Thank you for the donation. I truly appreciate it. Which that puts us at $1,917 already raised for St. Jude this week. Thank you so much. Come on. Alrighty, again, it is the section of songs that are a lot of fun to do. Don't forget to hydrate. Slowly, time goes by so slowly. Slowly. By so slowly, time goes so slowly. I'm hung up on you. Asking for the call, baby, night and day. I'm hung up. I'm tired of waiting on you. Every little thing that you say or do. Hung up on you. Asking for your call, baby, night and day. Hung up. I'm tired of waiting on you. My telephone. Tick tock, it's 1:45. Up on you. Waiting and waiting. Hesitating. Don't cry for me. Find my way. Later, one day, it'll be too late. Say I do, I'm hung up. I'm tying up on you. Night and day, hung up. Tired of waking on you. Tying up on you. I'm waiting on you. Little thing. Hung up on you. And running up. We're waiting on you. Time for the breakdown. Here we go. By so slowly, time goes by so slowly. To do every little thing, say or do. I'm hung up on you. Waiting on you. Say or do. I'm hung up on you. For your call every night and day. I'm tired of waiting on you. Heck yeah. Beautiful. Here we go. We are in our... We've got about an hour and some change left of the speed run. But guess what? We only have like 40, maybe 35 minutes left of those donation matches. So, make sure to get those in. Made all by myself. Shelf. If it is leaking, if you couldn't tell, teamwork makes the dream work. Had some help. Na-na-na-na-na-na. I had some help. I could get spam like it's all by myself. Shelf. In the weekend, if you couldn't tell, teamwork makes a dream. Had some help. It takes to break all things too. Ooh, I can't. Me, baby, I'll blame you. I'll tell you. I had some help. Cause all by myself. Okay, you don't have to be so easy off the shelf. You know, that's it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Not too bad. I'll take it. Friday night. Love it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Another tough one. So we'll see how this goes. This is Tate McRae.
Excited, you got him locked down. You move it like I did before I found out. It's just a pretty face talker, good with his money, close to his mother. You see what's sided, you got him right now. And she'd be like, he's so perfect. I'd be like, oh, perfect. Nobody got me as nervous. But baby, I've been there. You're right in the same position. So baby, don't get this twisted. Nothing gonna make me miss it. It's okay, I'm okay. I'm in the first place. It's okay, I'm okay. It's okay, I'm okay. I don't really gotta say it's okay. You can have them
Anyway.
Right. You can have them anyway.
Hey.
Was such a romantic. You got me like that. Some monsters on love advice. Now I can go near that. She'd be like, he's so perfect. I'd be like, I'm perfect. Nobody got me as nervous. But baby, I've been there. You're right in the same position. So baby, don't get this twisted. Nothing gonna make me miss it. Hey, got me serious. It's okay, I'm okay. I'm in the first place. It's okay,
I'm okay.
It's okay, I'm
Anyway, I. Anyway. Okay, I'm okay. It's okay, I'm okay. Anyway. 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 Anyway, girl, take him. Oh my god, that's a tough dance. Oh! I'm sweating. Alrighty. Alrighty, y'all. Kitty paw.
Van a sufrir los kitipos. Todo el mundo al piso, ¿qué lo que? ¡Fuego!
¡Al piso!
Oye,
¡Al
todo el
piso!
mundo al piso, ¿qué lo que? ¡Fuego!
¡Al piso! ¡Al piso!
Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, popo.
Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, al piso, al piso, kitty kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty 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 pop.
I just realized
Todo el mundo al suelo, subió la música, se armó el juidero.
this dancer has a limb difference. That's so cool.
Yo tengo lo mío, tú sabes que sí. De mujeres con chapa yo tengo un team. Si te pasa conmigo te voy a perder. No le paramos antirruido. No lo dejé apagar.
I do not know this dance. As evidenced by me,
Calle me coagula. Oye. Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, popo.
Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, al piso, al piso, kitty 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 pop, 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 al piso, al piso. Saca Kitty Boy que reviente la bocina y súbele el bajo pa' que baile la vecina. Dice abuelo tu y los dueños de la esquina. Unos retos nuevos y una pinta de vitrina. Que se vaya de boca porque me la puso en China y suena tocotón. Vivo en el Guinea, la dueña de la calle, yo tan claro que soy yo. A ti que me apoyé.
nope, I was not gonna get that one.
Por mi talento y la bendición de Dios.
Súbelo, súbelo. No lo dejé apagar. En la calle me coagula.
I don't think I've ever done worse on a dance.
No lo dejé apagar. En la calle me coagula. Oye. Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, popo.
Kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, kitty popo, kitty kitty popo, popo, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, kitty pop, kitty pop, kitty 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 pop, al piso, al piso, kitty 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 pop, 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 al piso, al piso.
Oye, Dixon Woods.
Y la boca.
Oye, Dixon Woods. En esta vuelta vine con la Tukiti. Amenazando, produciendo. Achavetealo.
Que lo que mi gente habla la tuca y de la pareja menores. La que tiene los contactos Jackie Chan. Bajé con Jason Wow. Que lo que
Esteban Vargas. Keitel.
Anthony que la pone. Priscila la jefa mía. Miguelón. Ay Bobo. Patrón Gutiérrez de los Flow. Que lo que estamos sonando este algo mandato. La sorpresa. Y el de boca.
Oh my god. I stated I don't think I've ever done worse on a song there. Oh! Let's do that next one. Here we go. We got La Bamba. I forgot to take my allergy meds today, I won't lie. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba, bamba. Cita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia, una pitati. Mira. Capitán, soy capitán. Ba ba bamba. Ba ba bamba. Ba ba bamba. Ba la la bamba. Para bailar la bamba. Necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia. Empatía. Se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para mi patria. Si seré, por ti seré. Ba bamba. Ba bamba. Bamba, 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 bamba. There we go. Alrighty. Next song is Louder? Yeah. Alrighty. Here we are, wonderful people.
Esta noche no paramos, quieren más, aquí les damos de la calle, de los barrios, para sacarla del estadio. More power, I'ma take it to the top and even higher. I'ma show you why you shouldn't play with fire. You don't wanna listen, I'ma sing it louder, sing it louder, 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 sing it louder, louder. Esta noche no paramos, quieren más, aquí les damos de la calle, de los barrios, para sacarla del estadio. More power, I'ma take it to the top and even higher. I'ma show you why you shouldn't play with fire. You don't wanna listen, I'ma sing it louder, sing it louder, 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 sing it louder, louder.
No. Louder, louder. Ooh. There we go. And I always forget what that song is. And then when we get into the actual song itself, I'm like, yeah, that one slaps. So, got me in love again. Alrighty. As a reminder for anyone new, I do this pretty... Well, we do this every year, as of right now, where we speedrun Just Dance for an entire week. For St. Jude. We are... if you're thinking, Lee, aren't you tired? The answer is yes. However, I do this, and I know I'm not hurting myself, so I promise I'm okay. I claim that I do it semi-professionally. This is not obviously my job.
I never thought that I would find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. I can't believe this.
I just like Just Dance. Got me in love again.
I used to think that I was made out of stone. I used to spend so many nights on my own. I never knew I had it in me to dance anymore.
God damn. You got me in love again.
Show me that heaven's right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of love and what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again. You got me in love again. You got me in love again. You got me in love again, again. So many nights my tears fell harder than rain. Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave. I'd rather die than have to live in a storm like before. But
God damn. You got me in love again. For me.
heaven's right here.
Yeah, baby. Touch me. I'm so crazy. Ever met somebody like you. God damn. You got me in love again. Got me in love again. Got me in love again. Got me. I can't believe. Come on. I can't believe. Oh, damn. Got me in love again.
I never thought that I would find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. I can't believe there's something left in my chest anymore.
God damn. Got me in love again. Got me in love again. Got me in love again. Got me in. Hey y'all, in case I haven't mentioned it recently, hey, we are raising money this entire week for St. Jude, especially right now. There is a donation match in progress right now, meaning that your donation right now could be doubled. Literally. It doesn't tell me how much time we have left. But I'm gonna estimate it's about less than 15 minutes. So, if you like your donation account for double right now, your money to go even farther towards St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, highly encourage you to donate right now before the donation matches up the timer.
So why did you leave me waiting outside the station when it was like -4 degrees and I
Can someone do the math for me on how much we have
really don't wanna hear
until we hit 2K?
but like once in your life?
5
Listen to me.
me.
I took your nice words of advice about how you think I'm gonna die lucky if I turn 33. Okay, so yeah, look at Jimmy.
It's not much.
Skinny and I pull a Britney every other week. But cut me some slack. Who do you
Want me to be? Says I'm too messy and I'm too silly. Told me get a job and they asked where the hell I've been. I'm too perfect. I open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? I'm too pervert and I'm too stupid dumb. Maybe when I cry, it's the time of the month. Too perfect. I show you that I'm not. Like both I can be. You and it the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. Hate the whole damn lot. Hey, hey. Give me ages. Yeah. Simon Austin for ages.
one text or two would be nice and please
Please. All of this face. It's. I've been.
out walking like every day it's just one bottle of don't stupid. You
Can't even talk.
trees just to help you sleep and while you out get moved at 4 o'clock and then you come home to me and don't say I love
Cause I got high again. I took on high clothes. And I'm too messy. I'm too damn clean. Told me get a job and you asked where the hell I've been. I'm too perfect. Open my dead mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? And I'm too clever. And I'm too stupid dumb. Me to try. It's that time of the month. You matter not. You hate the whole damn lot. Hate the whole damn lot. Hate the whole damn lot. Oh, I'm too crafty. I'm too damn clean. Told me get a job and you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect. Open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? And I'm too clever. And I'm too stupid dumb. I'm of the month. Too perfect. I'll show you that I'm not. Be hate the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. Hate the whole damn lot. Are you kidding me? It did give me the 5 stars. I'm mad. Okay, math time. We are $85 away from 2,000 right now. That's it. Literally $85 away. $85 away. Just saying right now. And that donation match is going on. So like, if somebody donated like $50, we would already be there. Under the moonlight, come down. This is my under the moonlight. This is my favorite Just Dance original song off of 26. You and me under the moonlight. Stop now. Stop now. Oh, that's along under the moonlight. Again, that donation match will be coming up here pretty soon. Under the moonlight. Dance, dance, you and me under the moonlight. Dance, dance. Dance, dance, dance. You and me under the moonlight. Thank you for that. Oh, that was the end of the the donation match, as I mentioned. There we go. Me under the moonlight. Me under the moonlight. I can't read while I'm dancing. I can't look at the numbers while I'm dancing. There we are. Thank you. My goodness. EG's donation match just ended. However, that did just put us above $2,000. Which means that we have officially hit $2,000 rates for St. Jude. Don't know how that worked out. But my God. Thank you so much. I have no words. So we're gonna dance to this one. Pop music, pop, pop, pop music. Pop, pop, pop music, pop, pop, pop music. Pop music, talk about pop music. Pop, pop, boo, up. Do up. Pop, pop, boo, up. Pop music. Pop music, talk about pop music. Pop music. Pop music, talk about pop music. Do up. Pop, pop, boo, up. Shibba do up. Pop, pop, boo, up. Pop music. music. Pop music. Pop music.
Wherever you are,
That's
anything you like. Do it in the car. In the middle of the night. Dance in the supermarket. Dig it in the fast lane. Listen to the countdown. They're playing our song again. I can't get jumping jack. I wanna hold it back. You like music, knick-knack, paddywhack.
Talk about pop music. Talk about pop music. Do do up. Pop pop do up. Shimmy do do up. Pop pop do up. Pop music. Pop music. Talk about pop music. Talk pop music. Pop music. Pop music. Music. Pop music. Pop music. There we are. Alrighty, y'all. My goodness. Okay. Hey. Yeah. We got some weird ones coming up here. We got prehistoric rock, and then we got rocking around the Christmas tree. So it's a fun time.
Big bad beast. What's that sound? What's that smell? Big bad mammoth. Big bad mammoth. Run and faster, cave. Run and faster now. Run and faster, sing. Run and faster now. Run and faster, cave. Scoop, let it run and faster now. It run and faster, sing. Scuba, run and faster now.
Big
Bad Rex.
Big
Bad beast.
Big bad rabbits. Big bad beasts. What's this on teeth? Tiny hands. Big bad Rex. Big bad Rex.
Please, Mr. Mammoth. Please, Mr. Rex. Oh, please, Mr. Mammoth. Please, Mr. Rex. Oh, please, Mr. Mammoth. Please, Mr. Rex. Oh, you go. Please, Mr. Mammoth. Please, Mr. Rex. Oh, please now. Big bad mammoth. Big bad Rex.
Big bad mammoth. Big bad Rex. Caveman trouble. Big mess. Big bad mammoth. Big bad Rex. Big bad Rex. Huge. Alrighty. We're in the home stretch of songs. Right there. Grimace dancing song. Beautiful. Back in business. Alrighty. Which also means we only have about 30 minutes left of songs. Approximately. rocking around.
The Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe where you can see every couple tries to stop.
Rocking around to the Christmas tree at the Christmas. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie with some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the house with the boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree and happy holiday. Everyone has singing the new old-fashioned way. Ma, get it, saxophone reindeer. Ba-na-na. Okay, sexy Santa. Boo. Ba-da-dum, boom, bum, ba-da. Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voice and singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with the boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, happy holiday. Everyone has singing in the new old-fashioned way. I feel like I'm gasping for air today.
Say cheese. Sip it up.
Oh, okay. Now we're back in to really fun songs.
Yeah. What's up, baby? Say cheese. Sip it up, purple Mercedes. Fall in love, why don't you make me? You want a picture, just say please. Oh, baby. Wearing this fit that they gave me. Baby, this isn't from Macy's. If you want a picture, just say please. Oh, we at some beach bar looking for a key card. Baby girl, sweetheart, it's not luck. Michelin 3-star draw, say PR. You know who these are, girl, what's up? I'm in Hollywood, walking with a dip. So your ex get cropped if he ever in the pic. One window shop, tell me what you wanna get. Little something for your hips, little money in your wrist. And when you come through,
It's all up tonight,
hey, so what we gonna do?
inside of the sky,
Hey, you know I told you, girl, start acting.
acting right.
You know what I'm talking about. It don't matter which side is your good side.
Say cheese, say these.
Fall in love, why don't you make me? You want a picture, just say please.
Oh,
Baby, wearing this fit that they gave me. Baby, this isn't from Macy's. If you want a picture, just say please. Yeah. Look, right now I have
159 unread messages. If I don't hit you back, be patient.
sleeping, yo, but they find the worst. And you got some comments that cleaned up and system popping. Her text be like Dr. Brown, is word from the top to bottom. It's word to little mama. I be pop ballin' by the dollars and my Madonna Obama. I'm on the top of the game. Shorty stop at the gate. I'm on the phone with the bank and they ain't talking the same as God mocking it up. I just walk on the plane. I look who's trying to holler. It feel like a holiday. What's up? And when you come through,
It's all tonight.
hey, so what we gonna do? We'll light up the sky. Okay, you know I told you, girl, start acting.
Acting right.
I know you didn't put that fit on and I'll take a picture.
Say cheese.
Stepping out, purple Mercedes. Fall in love, why don't you make me? You want a picture, just say please.
Oh,
Baby, wearing this fit that they gave me. Baby, this isn't from Macy's. If you want a picture, just say please.
oh. I heard the squeak of my sneakers. Oh my god. I heard the sneakers squeak. Alrighty, here we go. This is Show Me What You Got by VDVRT. It is an intense level song. So here we go. Mostly you have to show me the way you move it. The way you move it. Give me if you want you to teach me. Your electricity. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Music, damn to the sound. Pump it up, pump it down. Jump to the music and feel the sound. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Show me what you got. Da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. Around town. Sing the song, ba 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 ba. Show me what you got. I love the way you do it. Show me energy, Jazz Squared. Let's see if my quads can hold out for the squats here. Whew, just barely. Hey, what you got? Show me what you got. Rude. Should have given us the 5 stars. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Should have given us the 5 stars. Alrighty, this is Sokusu, and then we only have a few songs left after this. The only good thing about this song is bet there's not that many dance moves to learn. Right to the sky. Flipping, flipping, zipping. Spinning, playing. Skipping, tipping, playing. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Time to go. Next song. Alrighty. We've got Spin Your Love, which is also a Just Dance original song. This one I do know pretty well.
The pulse of the dance floor, baby. Beats and bass go crazy. Work it up just a little bit. Shake it down just a little bit. Whoa. Can't tell from where I am. From where you began. Maybe we're way too close. Maybe we should take it slow. Way that I see it. Me and you need it. We ain't got no choice. No other place to go. Work it up just a little bit. Bounce it fast and slow. Back it up for me one more time before I go. You are flame to fire, put that heat on me. Waiting for you to take that turn and spin your love on me. Let's submit to desire, dance until we tire. Waiting for you to make that turn and spin your love on me. Spin your love on me. Spin your love on me. Spin your love on me, baby, I don't care who sees. It's you and me and I don't see nobody else. I need to feel you in your vibe and your energy. Give it to me till there ain't nothing left. I'll give it all to you.
You are the things you need. Just keep it real with me. Spend your love on me.
You are flame to fire, put that heat on me. Waiting for you to take that turn and
Spend your love on me.
Let's submit
To the fire, dance until we die.
Waiting for you to make that turn and spin your love on me. 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 You are flame to fire, put that heat on me. Waiting
For you to take that turn and spin your love on me.
Let's
to
desire, dance until we tire. Waiting for you to
make that turn and spin your love on me. It's a good dance. It's a little bit more chill vibes, chill energy. But it's a good song. A good dance. Okay. My headphones are sweaty. I can only imagine what they're gonna be like tomorrow.
Just like in the
Movies.
it's we're the broken beauties.
I want to say we have like 3.
Golden minds collide and we fall. When the curtain drops,
You can pick out a few, EG, if you want.
just a touch. Now like in the movies.
I don't know if I could complete 50 in one day.
After the end, like
Strangers,
perfect pretenders. We're falling
silver heels, something real. Life in the offs, it's you and I. Silver heels, that ain't real. It'll never be us, just you and I. When we get to that part of the stream tonight, you can just like let me know which ones you want. Bye. There's such ugly shadows all with each other tight. Oh, when the curtain stops, a touch like in the movies. So strange. Head over heels, ain't real. Never be us, just you and I. The movies. You and I. Not like in the movies. Like pretenders. Follow head over heels. Ain't real. Be us. Like it's you and I. Pretend head over heel, then I ain't real. Me us, just you and I. Strange. Pretend head over heels, something that ain't real. Just you and I. Just you and I, strangers. Perfect pretend. Alrighty. We got Thrift Shop. We got Viva La Vida. And then I think we literally just have one more after that, which is Zombie Boy. So here we go. And we sell Thrift Shop in. What? Let's make them count. These last few songs. Pop some tags. $20 in my pocket. Looking for the drama.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big. I'm just pumped. I bought some from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so frosty. The people like, that's a cold. Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes. Those are green, draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. It was 99 cents. I get copping it, washing it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in bummy and grungy. I'm stunting and flossing and saving my money. And I'm hella happy that's a bargain. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found. Dig it. They had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a blanket. Then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game. Oh, I can take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the Velcro.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
What she know about rocking the wolf on your noggin? What she knowin' about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that plaid button up shirt. Cause right now I'm up in her stuntin'. I'm at the Goodwill, you can find me in the I'm not stuck on searching in the section. Your grandma, your auntie, your mama, your mammy. I'll take those flannel zebra jammies secondhand and rock that. Whoa. The built-in onesie with the socks on them. Whoa. I hit the party and they stop in that. Whoa. They be like, oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt, that's just some ignorant. I call that getting swindled and pimped. I call that getting tricked by business. That shirt's hella dope. And having the same one as 6 other people in this club is a hella don't. Peep gang, come take a look through my telescope. Tryna get girls from my brand, man, you hella won't. Man, you hella won't.
Goodwill. Poppin' tags. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big air coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible.
Hey, come on, man.
I'm in this big air coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
Is that your grandma's coat?
Again, rude. So many of these songs that were just like on the itty bitty cusp of hitting 5 stars, and I should have gotten it, but it's fine. Okay, next one. Alrighty. Oh no, just kidding. We have Viva La Vida, We Just Begun, and then I believe Zombie Boy, and then we're all finished. So here we go. Dum bum ba-dum bum. Yes. I have the key to where else is that's so sad. Your generation of cats bringing crossing. Angels themselves sealed, missionaries in a foreign field. I can't explain. Never oh, this word. And that was when I wrote the world. I was a little early on the jump. Sorry to my downstairs neighbors.
It was the wicked and wild wind blew down the doors to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what
But I become missionaries wait for my yellow silver plate.
just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who ever wanted a king? I hear
Young generation of bells ringing,
Roman cavalry
choirs singing.
mirror my soul.
Seal missionaries in a far. For some reason I can't explain.
I know Saint Peter won't
Call my name.
ever run on this
That was when I ruled the world. Oh, oh, International bells ringing, singing. Can't reason I can't explain. Won't call my name. That was when I ruled the world. And that was when I ruled the world. Alrighty. 2 songs left. Here we go. This is We Just Begun. I do not know this song very well, but we'll see how this goes. I do like Zombie Boy though, so exciting. Oh, I just hit myself in the face. Sorry about that.
If anything, me not gonna leave until me hear rhythm and see the vibe get built, but never end. It's like you just release my medicine first thing. You have to bring a bag of vibes then spin. I know rhythm, so make we dance and sing. The gal a grin and say the tune must spin. Let go the thing, let go the thing. Go on, dollar, we just begun. We just come for have fun. The vibe they can done. Done, play the next one. We just come for have fun. The vibe they can done. Done, vibes can done. No way come for have fun when the vibe still run. Run, play the next song. You know when it's something gets fun. Big bass I do it, yeah the tune I repeat. DJ drop another and the tweet I speak. We now got up, me a wine to me drop. Party ever ready and you know me not swap. So give them what we got. Time done but we now watch the clock. See the girl them wine and tick tock. Right now on the spot, cause you know say you hot. One, no long, we just begun. We just come for have fun, the vibe they can't done. Done, play the next one. We just come for have fun, the vibe they can't done. Done, vibes can't done. No we come for have fun when the vibe still run. Run, play the next song. You know when it's time to be fun.
I could not jump anymore today. Could not jump anymore today with that one. Alrighty, last song. Here we go. Zombie Boy. I could be your type. Be a zombie boy. Alrighty, last song. Here we go. All night, waking up like a zombie. Put your paws all over me, you zombie soy. See you over there, back of this party. Cage, lying and getting tired. Been up for days, like you've been up for days. There's an animal, no, the closest in on me. Stand straight, let's run. I could be your type from your zombie bite. Starting at the sunrise, over here. You're thirsty over there. Cause you're an animal. More on me. Animal, you're an animal. Nothing be this way. I can be your type from your zombie bite. Can't see straight, feelings right. I could be your type from your zombie bite. No, don't glitch out now. We're at the end of the speed run. I could be your type from your zombie bite. Here we go. Last little ending bit. when the score ends. Here we go. When the score shows up. Done. Yippee! Guess what, everybody? I just need to take that off because my head is so sweaty today. Oh my god, I don't know why. It's more sweaty than usual. New world record. Let me make sure my air is on. Hold up. Oh no, it's on. It's on alright, don't worry, the air is on. It doesn't feel like it's on, but it says it's on, and I'm sweating, so hee hee. So fun. Love it. Alrighty, wonderful, lovely, lovely people here. Thank you all so much for dancing with me. Thank you for donating. We're already at $2,000 raised for St. Jude today. We went from 1.7K to 2,000 today. So thank you all so much for your very, very kind donations. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I'm going to turn on some actual music now. We're going to chill out for a little bit. We're going to do our Pokemon drawings, and we'll go from there. EG, understandable. Thank you again for your very, very kind donations. Close your wallet. I appreciate it, though. But close your wallet. Alrighty, let me open up. Nope, we need MS Paint. Alrighty, I need to down this water now. You got some good ones? Okay. Alrighty. Feel free to drop them. Ooh, why did I get a... Oh, goodness. It's always scary when you get one of those safety alert things about someone that's missing. So, a little scary on that one, but we're okay. Alrighty, I'm taking my shoes off now. And then I will pull up all the Pokemon drawings. You want the legendary bird trio? So, Zapdos, Moltres, and what's the third one? The blue one? What is the blue one called? Tres, Dos, Articuno, Uno. Got it. A party. Do you want them all? I'm going to put them all on one page because I think we can do that. I do think I can actually do those ones. So. Okay, it was just the song, but I fully thought that somebody was knocking on my door. And it freaked me out a little bit. No, it's just a song. Okay. Alrighty. And the full evolution tree of your favorite Pokemon? There's only fun thing. My favorite Pokemon is actually Shaman. So you knew how to weigh. So it's not bad at all, and I know how to draw shaman pretty darn good. Okay. Uh, 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 um. Okay, so tonight we have to draw. So the 3 legendary bird trios. I'll draw the 2 shaman, which is the shaman little grass hedgehog, and then the sky version, which I'm not really good at that. At the sky version, I can do the grass version because that one's easy. It's just a tiny little hedgehog. But I don't know if I can do the sky version. We'll see. And then we also have to do Farfetch for Kasu and Kragunk for Nia. And again, if anybody else donated today and you would like to give me a Pokemon to draw, you're welcome to do that. Like it's your birthday. I think I'm going to start with the Farfetch'd. Okay, hang on. Let me take this off my wrist again. Feel so riptide, taken away to the dark side. Oh, nope. I almost just started using game chat on my Switch. Okay. Oh, baby. Alrighty. Farfetch. Now the question is, how do I want to draw him? Okay, I know he's a bird. And then he's got a leek in his hand. That I do know. What's his beak look like now is the question. I don't wanna. Till we see the light tonight. I don't know what the feet color are. Here. But then I run. But it's not the tall leek, because that's the evolution. He doesn't have like any like diddly bits at the top, does he? I don't think he does. That's what I'm gonna do. I hate how I wrote that. Alrighty, this is where we're locking in for Farfetch'd. I feel like I didn't do too bad. The big golden. Oh, he does have diddly bits at the top of his head. Gosh darn it. His feet are yellow. I was right with the eyebrows. Okay, hang on. Got to make it a little bit more angry. Feet yellow. No, go back. Frick. He's beautiful. Thank you so much. Gosh, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alrighty, he needs diddly bits. There we go. Now he's got diddly bits. This is my mouse. I don't have a stylus. So, there we go. Alrighty, let me say it. Dang, you're good at this? Just wait. We start off real hot. Some of the ones that I did previously are not that hot. Alrighty. Our next one to do is Kragunk? Kragunk? I keep pulling him on my TCG pocket. To me by some people. Hey, ooh. Ooh. I had no choice. I didn't say goodbye anymore. Right now, he kind of looks a little bit like Froggy Chair. Hi, Hollow Force. Welcome on in. No, it's not. It's Kragunk or Blue Gumby. Are you going to change your name when you hit 30? Good question. I don't know. I'm going to probably change my name maybe even this year. He's got shoes on, doesn't he? Get real high and I'm going on. Actually, I don't think he does, but that's how I'm going to draw him. Yeah, 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 yeah. I should probably draw some arms, huh? I don't remember what his arms look like, though, is the problem. What are we drawing? Croagunk? Croagunk? Croagunk. Dame las gasolina. Dame más gasolina. I thought it was sock. No, I do know what sock looks like. Sock on D's. I know. No, I'm fully aware. It's a real Pokemon. Sock and what's the other one? One of them is blue and the other one is red. Lena. Throw. Thank you. Lena. Dame más gasolina. Something else. Get me through this. Symmetry, I'm kind of alive. Baby, baby, I want something else. And when you say goodbye. Okay, unfortunately, I don't know what else we've got. She made it into merch. I don't think I can make mine into merch. I'm drawing Kragunk for Nia. No, they're about the same quality? Okay. It's Kragunk. Let's see how bad. How bad did I do? I did good with Farfetch. Oh, I forgot the cheeks. I was like, I feel like there's some orange here. Frick. I was close. Kind of. I got the, like, the white piece in the middle. Hang on. Sure go now that I got it. All I need is to be struck. There you go. That's about as good as we're gonna get. Oh, the eyes are yellow though. Hang on. That I can do. This is as good as we're getting. Without changing the shape or anything else major. Alrighty. Okay, so EG wanted the legendary bird trio. I'm going to start with probably the one that I know the best. And I'm going to put that one in the middle. Think of the hydrate as well. Hydrate or dihydrate, you got it. Okay. So it's frick. Good now he's dead. Mama. He kind of looks like Big Bird a little bit. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mean to make you cry if I'm not back again. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know what the eyes look like. Lightning. Make you cry. Angry Big Bird. See, remember how I said that I knew that this one the best? Yikes. I don't know what the body looks like. That's the problem. Follow me. Controversy. She's so empty without me. Good job for me. You need a stylus? Yeah, well, I'm using my mouse. I do have a stylus. However, I don't have a drawing pad. Like, that doesn't do me any good. Job for me. Controversy. Was he so empty without me? Follow me. Controversy, because it's so empty without me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't want the whole bird. Yikes. Hi, Dolly. Tell by the way. Everyone. Mm-hmm. All over again. Oh, I love Tamagotchi Life. Yeah, we played a lot of it when it first came out. I haven't touched it as much because we've been busy with a bunch of other stuff recently. But I have a stylus because of that game. Like I have styluses. But I'm on my computer. So yeah. I got them because of that. But I love. Can I be on your island? I'll be nice. I don't know. See, that's the problem because I'm not nice on my own island. I'm not nice on other people's islands either. People have been making me on their islands and I have not been nice. I have like a mix of celebrities and then some like personal friends. Finding the island empty except for Lee? Oh no. No. I slept until an animal. It's not about to be a penguin looking thing. I just needed a lighter color blue. 5. I feel like he's got a head thing. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Alrighty. E.g., here is your legendary birds here. Okay, hang on. Let me fix the body color of Moltres. Better Sandra in the sun. It's more like that color instead. There we go. Is that Pablo from the Backyardigans? No, it's Articuno. I forgot the tail. Fuck. Fittings. Compliment, but are you looking for somebody in the Arcturp Kuno? Sorry. Got you on a song that I write. Said, I like your compliments. The 1970s. On dancing. Yeah. Yeah. Better? Somewhat? I can't make it that much better? Actually, wait, yes I can. This is as good as we're gonna get it, unfortunately. I will save it. In case anyone would like to see it one more time before I take it off the screen and I draw the shaman. Here we go. So, these ones I know very, very, very well. I'm going to start with the one that I do know a little bit better. Loud. See every time I turns off. And then it's a white body here. I don't know how I want to draw that. Nope. Go back to this color. Off the top of my head. Right? Is it? Is it? Oh, man. Yeah, no, it is. No, is it? Fuck. I was more confident in this one big time, and now I'm stressing it out. Is this gonna look right? Let's see. Cuando te tuve en unos besos, más brazos y besos. The land, the sea, the sky. And your team, your tribe. Right? We need the hedgehog piece of it. Of Ophelia. Foto de cuando te tuve, hoy sí besos, abrazos, besos. Okay, how many petals does a flower have? I'm gonna give it 4. Okay, the top petal looks a lot better. It's got like a yellow center, I think. I'm just gonna put like a couple dots there as a little center. And then let me give it a little tongue. Nope, take the tongue out. I was gonna say, I said I was gonna give it a tongue, but then it didn't work out so well. It didn't look too good. Alrighty, okay. I was so curious. All good. Welcome on in, Glance. Hello. How do I draw the other one now? I realize, does this look more like the shiny version of it? Like, is the green color a little off? I think the green color might be a little off. I'm too lazy to change it now. Okay, this one is more like a deer. I'm just going to draw it in gray first. That was too big of a leg. Too thick of a leg. Bounce back. And a bounce back. I think it's got a little tail. I don't know for sure. Fee did that day. I'm going to have it looking this way. And then what do the ears look like? Okay, this is the nose. Eye. Similar, like, little derby mouth. Fuck, what do the ears look like? They're like antlers. Like that? I think they're maybe more like pokey. I think maybe more like that rather than the first one. Hang on, let me try the other one again. I guess. And then we need like a green. It's got like a little green tuft of hair here. Motherfucker stronger. Go all night longer. And then its feet are also green. Night longer. It's missing something. What's the thing that's missing? This one over here on the left is my this one is the one that's my favorite. It's right before my eyes. That's what we're listening to right now, Bruce. Big Booty Mix. I don't know if y'all can hear it very well or not. Before my eyes. Is there a leaf on this one? Hang on. I will always love you. I think it's darker. Hang on. The cart rust off. When I was listening to it again earlier today, hell yeah. What is this one missing? This one has pink. Does this one have pink? I don't think it has pink. Does it have red, though? Hang on. Or is it like this color? Where? I feel like it's got something else from its neck. Is it more than one, though? I feel like just the one looks awkward. I'm going to put two, so it looks like a little scarf. I know. Okay, this is where I'm calling it. Sign them all just so that y'all just can't take these from me and claim that they're yours. Because I know that that's what y'all's really wanted. Oh, I was right. Hold the phone. Okay, I got the green color slightly wrong. What's the shiny shaman? See, that's what I was thinking. I was making a shiny shaman. For sure. Okay, so there's regular shaman. Little cutie patootie. And then this is Shaman Sky. I feel like I didn't do too bad. Maybe a little less on the neck collar piece here. But I kind of fucking killed it. It is my favorite Pokemon. So I should know how to draw that one out of everything. My darling baby. Alrighty, in case anyone, I'm going to upload them right now to the art section in the Discord. Alrighty. In case anyone has not seen, here is the ones from tonight. So here's our double shaman. There's our trio birds, our legendary trio. So Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. We got Cragunk, and Farfetch. I feel like out of all of them except for the shaman is the best one, and then the Farfetch'd, and then honestly the birds over the Cragunk. Top drawing so far of this entire time is this Reshiram. who I don't know who I thought I was drawing. Followed by I think I like my drawing of Brout. And Vulpix. Vulpix like looks mysteriously like angry for no reason. Oh, and the Sandshrew. I think the Sandshrew looks so cute. But there we are. Alrighty, y'all. So again, if you would like to see them, or if you had donated for one, they're in the Discord. So fun stuff. Alrighty, y'all. And with that being said, let me see who we can go and spread the love on to. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. We have officially reached $2,000 raised for St. Jude. $2,000. I don't know how else to express that other than thank you. Thank you for your very, very kind generosity. I truly appreciate it. So much so. So, again, thank you. Thank you so much. I will be live tomorrow for the very long stream. We will be live for 8 hours of dancing tomorrow. I'm going to go sit in an Epsom salt bath to relax my muscles so that we're all fresh and ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Again, thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate it. Let me see who's currently live and who we can go hang out with. Actually, let me see. I feel it. Hang on, let me see how long this person has been live for. Yeah. I don't know who to raid. Alrighty, actually, Tally is live. We haven't raided Tally in a little bit. Let's go and raid Tally. Alrighty. Because it's kind of chill if we raid and run. So, I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you would like some tunes in the background of whatever you're doing tomorrow, join on in. Come and hang out with us. I truly appreciate it. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Again, as I keep saying, I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to copy and paste our lovely raid messages. Oh, my legs feel like jello. Damn, I look a lot thicker than I am in this chair. Okay, getting up now. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Goodbye. Hang on. I didn't grab the thing. Let me try again. Goodbye.